in general we will be having two sources, right? So we used to say it as voltage source. You might have seen about voltage sources so far, and the another source we call it as current source. Okay, so under voltage source and current source we can further classify it to be ideal source, ideal voltage source, or practical voltage source. Ideal voltage source or practical voltage source. Similarly, current can also be further divided into ideal current source or practical current source. Okay, so what do you mean by ideal in this sense? The voltage source will remain constant throughout its operation. Okay, there won't be any change in the voltage supplied to the circuit, whatever the change in the circuit we make. For example, if I have a circuit and if this source is going to be Vs and this seems to be R1 and R2, so whatever the change I make in R1 and R2, accordingly only the source current will change, whereas your Vs will remain constant. That is said to be ideal voltage source. So what do you mean by ideal voltage source? Your Vs will always remain same. I mean, if it is a 12 volt battery, it will always remain 12 volt throughout the operation. Whatever the change we make in the circuit, accordingly the source current will change, whereas your source voltage will remain constant. That we call it as ideal voltage source. Similarly, ideal current source in this sense, if I have a current source and I am connecting it to a circuit with two resistors R1 and R2, if this current source is going to be Is, so whatever the change we make here in the R1 and R2, your Is will never change, it will always remain constant. Okay, only the potential difference will change, whereas your Is will be constant. This we call it as ideal current source. Okay, then what do you mean by practical voltage source? I told a 12 volt battery will always supply 12 volt. Will it be practically work out? Will always your 12 volt battery will provide you 12 volt every time without any loss? 12 volt battery is a DC source, right? If if a battery is going to be ideal or without any losses, obviously it will be going to supply 12 volt. We can say it as ideal source, but it won't be constant at all, because the battery will have certain internal resistance, right? We will always draw your battery to be with a series resistance, because the battery may have certain internal resistance. So as per the circuit parameter changes, there will be the current flowing through your resistor in the battery will also change. Accordingly, the resistor value will change based on the temperature increase. So further, the net terminal voltage supplied to the circuit, whatever present or whatever connected to the battery, will no longer be 12 volt, no longer be constant. There will be certain drop in the resistance. This we call it as source resistance. Okay. So when we talk about ideal voltage source, always it has to provide you a constant voltage. But when we talk practically, the 12 volt or a constant voltage will never be at constant, because each and every source will have its own resistance, that we call it as source resistance. So practically we should not draw only the voltage source, always you have to draw a voltage source with a series resistance Rs. So this voltage source with series resistance, we call it as practical voltage source. Why your source resistance is connected in series with your DC? Why can't we connect your source resistance in parallel? Yes. Why we are connecting in a practical voltage source? Why we are always connecting resistance in the series with that of your source? If we connect your Rs parallel to your 12 volt, will it make any changes to the 12 volt DC source? I am connecting one resistor parallel to it. Let me take this to be your source Rs, and this is going to be 12 volt. Will this parallel resistance will affect your 12 volt? Obviously not, because they are connected in parallel. If it is a parallel circuit, your voltage remains constant, right? So that's why in order to represent your practical voltage source, always you have to represent the source resistance in series with your DC source. You should not draw parallel to your source. Understood? That's why we are drawing Rs in series with your voltage source, because now if this terminal voltage is going to be V of t, What will be KVL for this circuit? Applied voltage should be equal to drops, right? So here the applied voltage is 12, which is equal to drop across this resistor is your source current into resistance, plus the drop here is V of t. Drop across the circuit is V of t. So now what is V of t then? V of t will be equal to 12 minus ISRS. Right. So only by placing your resistor in series, it will create certain drop in your source. Right. That is why we call this as practical voltage source. Now, so for practical current source, the similar way how we told for a practical voltage source, there will be certain internal resistance, we have to represent it in series. Similarly, in the practical current source will also have certain resistance that should be represented parallel to your current source, right? Why we are connecting it parallelly? So for a practical current source, you have to represent your ideal current source with parallel resistance. So this we call it as ideal current source IS, and this is said to be RS, which is your source resistance, and it should be connected in parallel, because only then if I take a circuit current, so IL will be equal to, or IS is equal to, if I take this branch current to be IRS. So your source current will be equal to IRS plus IL, which is equal to IL is equal to IS minus IRS. Hence, only by connecting your source resistance in parallel, it can create certain practical way of connecting your source, which can decrease the source current in some ways. Okay. So this setup is said to be practical current source.